is Carmel. I work with Eastside Neighborhood Services with the Vital Living Program, and thank you for joining me today for Vital Fitness. I hope you're all taking care, having a good start to the year, and Happy New Year. So, let's get seated in our chairs. Make sure it's a chair with no wheels underneath. You don't want to be rolling around. Have some water nearby you as well, and take as many or as little breaks as need it. So, okay, let's take a few deep breaths in and out. So, let's go ahead and inhale through our nose, exhale through our mouth, inhale through our nose, and exhale through our mouth. One more time, inhale and exhale. Okay, we're going to warm up our head and our neck here first, and we are going to look side to the front and then the other side. Do that again, side, front, other side. And just relax the rest of your body. It's just your head and your neck moving, turning to the side. Okay, let's include our shoulders this time when we turn to the side. So notice how it's not just the head and neck moving, but I'm including the shoulders as well. Turning side to side. Feel free to go at your own pace for this one. And of course, it's important to listen to your body at all times when you do this, when you do any of the exercises that we do today. Okay, when you feel ready to, go ahead and look all the way back behind you if you can, if that is available to you. And you're stretching all the way, turning to the back, feeling a nice stretch right there. Being aware of your surroundings and taking deep breaths in and out. Okay, we're going to do one more on each side here. So here's one, and last one. And rest. Let's take a deep breath in and inhale again. Deep breath out and exhale. Deep breath in, inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. One last time, inhale and exhale. Okay, this time let's go ahead and look up to the ceiling, look straight ahead and down to the floor. Again, just coming back to your head and neck moving the whole time. Up to the ceiling, straight ahead, down to the floor. And keep breathing all the way through. Inhaling and exhaling. Okay, go ahead and rest. Let's relax now. Let's come to our shoulders this time. We're going to shrug our shoulders up and down, up and down, up and down. Taking deep breaths in and out as we do this. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll our shoulders this time. So we're making small circles with our shoulders. rolling it forward. And let's go ahead and roll it back this time. So just rotate the other direction, same exact thing. And again, because this is an all abilities exercise class, feel free to adjust the arms, make bigger circles if you'd like. You could add some elbows in if you'd like. Maybe even the full arm if that is available to you. Whatever works for you, go ahead and do that. And make sure to be breathing the whole entire time as we warm up our muscles here. Okay, and relax. Take another deep breath in and inhale. Deep breath out and exhale. Deep breath in, inhale, and out, exhale. Let's continue stretching out our shoulders a bit here. We are going to stretch one hand off to the side, so it's straight out to the side here, and then we're going to have it come across our body. And when it comes across our body here, we are going to go ahead and use our other hand to pull it back a little bit more. So I'll repeat that again on the other side this time. Stretch all the way out to the side, stretching to the side, coming across our body in front of us. And then I'm using the other hand to pull it a little bit more to the side and relax. Let's try that again. Again, do this at your own comfortable range of motion. We all have different flexibility levels. And then, of course, do it to your own ability for this all abilities class. Okay, so stretch to the side, have it come across, and then go ahead and grab onto it. Let it stretch a little bit more. If you feel a stretch right here, that's where you need to be. And if you can, go ahead and bring the shoulder down if you can. And then you get a good stretch on your shoulder as well. Okay, relax. Other side. Stretching to the side. Coming across. Go ahead and grab that arm to feel a stretch right here at your tricep. Bring the shoulder down if you can. Inhale. Exhale and release. Okay. Coming down to our arms this time. I'm going to come a little bit closer here. But go ahead, stretch, not your arms, but your fingertips, I mean. Stretch your fingertips out nice and wide. Stretch them as far as you can. Then curl into a gentle fist. You can keep them right down here if you'd like. I'm showing it right there just so you can see what I'm doing. But again, go at your own pace for this, taking deep breaths in and out as you stretch out your fingers, curl into a gentle fist. Let's do this for 3, 2, and last one, 1. Keep those fingers nice and outstretched if you can, if you're not tired yet. But go ahead and have your palms face the floor. Rotate it upward for it to face the ceiling. So facing the floor and then the ceiling. Some nice wrist rotation here. You can relax your fingers if they're starting to feel tired, or you can keep them nice and outstretched and engaged if you'd like. These small muscles that we have in our hands, it's important to keep on working on them because as we grow older, the less things we do with our hands, we lose that fine motor skills that we are often taking for granted. So I want to make sure we also take care of these small muscles here. Okay. Go ahead and relax. This time we are going to touch each finger with our thumb. Again, go at your own pace. This could be a pretty good mental exercise as well, where you just go through it as fast as you can or in different order, different types of, all these different things that you could do with your fingers. Give a bit of a brain exercise as well. Okay, and relax. Shake off those wrists. If it's too much to shake off the wrist, feel free to kind of just wave them off if you'd like. Whatever works for you. Okay. This time, let's go ahead and stretch both arms out to the sides. Imagine you're getting pulled at both sides, so you're really stretching them out as far as you can. And we are going to take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out, exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. Stretch a little bit more, being pulled at the sides. And then add a gentle turn to the left. And then to the right. Your arms are still out. They might be feeling a little bit heavier. I know mine are. But that's because we're keeping it nice and straight out to the sides. If you notice you're bringing it down low, try and push yourself to lift it up. Again, almost parallel to the floor if you can. Okay, one more on each side here. Okay, relax those arms. Okay. This time, let's warm up our ankles. So, go ahead, get seated in your chair. Have your feet flat on the floor. And we are going to raise our heels off of the ground. And then raise the toes off of the ground. Raise the heels and then the toes. And we're just warming up our ankles here before we do our standing exercises. And of course, if you'd like to stay seated the whole time, we'll show different variations of how to do the standing exercises seated down. So, go ahead and keep on warming up those ankles as best as you can. What I do here, I'm simply just a guide. You don't have to look exactly like me. We all have different flexibility levels and sometimes stronger legs or stronger arms over the other. So go ahead and adjust as needed all the time. Always pay attention to your body and don't push it too far. Also, you want to challenge it just enough as well. And of course, drink some water. I know I just forgot to drink some water. I feel like I usually drink around this time, so go ahead and drink some water if you haven't yet. Okay, go ahead and rest the feet back down to the floor. This time we are going to do our sit to stand exercise. So I'm going to do this without a chair in front of me first, just to show what a sit to stand looks like. And then I'll put a chair in front of me that I hold on to. So this chair right here, I have a chair that I'm going to place right in front of me that I can use to boost myself up as I do this sit to stand exercise. So feel free to just watch for now, or if you already know what this is an exercise that we do in our Tai Chi, Moving for Better Balance class. Go ahead and follow along already. And go ahead, sit towards the edge of your chair, feet flat on the floor, and your posture is upright the whole entire time. Want to make sure we're looking up and we're not looking down to the floor, but nice and just straight up. And take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Okay, the first part of the sit to stand is stretching forward. Take a deep breath in and back. Again, inhale, forward. Exhale, back. The second part to the sit to stand is lifting a little bit off the chair. So go ahead and lift a little bit off the chair and inhale as you lean forward. Come back, seated down. Again, inhale, leaning forward. Come back, seated down. Okay, so I was lifting just an inch or two above the chair, and so that's the second part to the sit to stand. Again, this is a demonstration. No need to follow along right away. I just want to show what it looks like all together so that we know where we're going as we practice those small movements, which we'll do in a bit. And then the very last part to the sit to stand is standing all the way up. Again, inhaling and then exhaling. So that is the standing part. I'm just going to show that once. So the sit to stand, again, we'll go through it step by step now, where we stretch forward and lean, stretching our hands right in front of us. Imagine as though you're trying to reach for something, and then coming back. Try that again now. Stretch as far forward as you can. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time now. Inhale and exhale. If you'd like to stay seated the whole time as we do this exercise, feel free to keep on practicing that motion even when we do our standing up. So, the second part to the sit to stand is lifting a little bit off the chair. What we're going to do is we're going to have a chair right in front of us, or a table, or anything that is sturdy and you can boost yourself up on. This is the chair-assisted version. If you find that you don't need a chair to help assist you, then go ahead and keep on doing it how I did it in the demonstration just earlier. But place that right in front of you at a spot where you know you can boost yourself up from. And we are going to combine the two movements together. So the first movement being the stretching forward, no lifting, and then coming back. And then the second movement where we lift a little off our chair and then come back. Okay. Take a deep breath in and inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Okay. So, first part to the sit to stand, lean forward, no lifting. And exhale back. Lift a little this time, lean forward, inhale. And exhale gently, sit back down. Try not to plop down if you can. Okay, I'm going to do that without a chair in front of me this time. So the second part to the sit to stand, there is another variation if you need some extra momentum and support. And what we can do is not only swing our arms for momentum like this, but we can also lift our legs up, leaning back, and then propelling our weight forward to help us get a little bit off that chair. So there's all these different variations. Feel free to choose which one works for you. And of course, feel free to just keep stretching forward and then back if you'd like to stay seated the whole entire time. So it is up to you. Okay, let's take a deep breath in and inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. The first part to the sit to stand exercise, we do it all the same. We're going to stretch forward, inhale, and come back. Lift a little this time. We're going to lean back if you want to use those legs for momentum as well. And then inhale as we stretch forward. And sit back down. Okay. Now the last part to our sit to stand, as you saw earlier, was standing all the way up. And we're going to add that third movement into all three to form the whole entire sit to stand exercise. Okay, so let's take a deep breath in. Feet flat on the floor, posture is upright, shoulders rolled back, and take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Choose whichever variation works best for you. And let's do our first part where we lean forward, no lifting. Inhale. Exhale. Lift a little this time. Inhale. Exhale. Now stand all the way up. Inhale. And arms down. Exhale. Okay. If you are standing up, go ahead and take a few steps back until you feel that chair behind you. It's touching the back of your legs, so you know where it is. You know where you're going to sit down. We're going to repeat that process again, and then we'll stay standing. Of course, folks who are seated down the whole time, sit tight. We'll keep on doing different variations to show how to do our standing exercises once we're done with this one. Okay, so go ahead and take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale as you slowly lower yourself down to the seat. Try not to plop down. And let's adjust ourselves towards the edge of the seat again. Feet flat on the floor. Posture is nice and upright, and we're looking up the whole time. Let's take a deep breath in and inhale. Take a deep breath out and exhale. Again, let's lean forward, no lifting yet. Inhale. Exhale. Lift a little this time. Inhale. Exhale. Now stand all the way up. Inhale. And exhale, rest your arms. Okay. So for the folks standing, we're going to stand behind our chair. This is actually something that you can do either seated or standing up. It doesn't look that much different. But go ahead and extend one leg in front of you. And then we're just going to draw a circle with our toes. So go ahead and draw as big of a circle as you can, warming up those ankles once more here. Switch directions. And if you ever need to take a break, feel free to. We save these videos every week. We also post it onto Eastside's YouTube page as well. So feel free to access them both ways if you would like. And let's rest. Other leg this time. Stretch that out, whether you're seated or standing. Go ahead and roll those ankles, the toes making as big of a circle as it can. Switch to the other direction this time. Take deep breaths in and out. And relax. Okay, we're standing behind our chair here. Stand right there so you can see. I'm going to hold on to this chair for support. I'll show what it looks like standing up first. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply lift my heels off the ground and then gently come back down. So what that looks like, I'll come a little bit closer here. But lift those heels off the ground and then come back down. So we're simply going on our tiptoes and coming back down, keeping that same speed of lifting up and coming back down. So we're not just letting our weight bring us back down. That's not really nice on our knees, so we want to protect our body here and control the movement the whole entire time. And keep on doing this if you are standing up. If you are seated down and doing this, same thing, feet flat on the ground, and then you're just lifting your heels. If you would like this to be more of a challenge sitting down, simply lean a little bit farther forward. Try not to hunch your back though. Keep that back nice and engaged, kind of engage that core. It's a bit of a core muscle exercise as well. And you feel more of your weight shifted forward. I know my legs are kind of shaking here. So it's difficult as well whether you're seated or standing, especially the slower that you go. So keep going whether you're seated or standing. We'll do this for 5 more times here. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, and at the last one, we're going to hold it in the air. Hold it for just a little bit. And go ahead and gently back down to the ground. Shake those legs off. That was a nice calf workout there. Let's roll our ankles once more to get a little bit of a break. So this time what we're going to do is we are going to lift one heel off of the ground. So if you watch my foot here, the one in front, I'm lifting my heel off of the ground, and then I'm going to draw a circle with that heel. So what it looks like from the front is my toes are still in contact with the ground, and then my heel is drawing a circle. So it's a bit of an awkward movement if it's not something you're used to. I'll come a little bit closer, maybe be a little bit easier to see. Okay, switch directions. This wakes up your toes as well. That's a very small muscle that we have as well in our toes. And it's nice to kind of get a little bit of oil in them and loosen it up. Okay, relax that foot. Other foot this time again. Lift one heel off the ground. Toes are still in contact. And then we're going to draw a circle with the heels. So, taking deep breaths in and out. I don't really have weight on this leg that's moving here. That's because that's really hard to do. It almost feels like it's a strength workout rather than a stretching workout if we put weight on this leg. So don't put weight on that leg. Switch directions. Take deep breaths in and out. And relax. Take a drink of water if you haven't yet. Ooh, excuse me. Okay. Continuing with our standing exercises. For any of our standing exercises, you can have this chair in front of you to do the chair-assisted versions of the exercises. Otherwise, I am going to stand away from the chair just so you see what my legs are doing. So, let's stand about legs just right underneath your torso here so they're not wide open, but just right there. And then we're going to step to the side, feet together, step to the other side, feet together. So if you were holding onto a chair, you do the same thing. And then if you are sitting down and doing this, same thing as well. So step to the side, step together, step together, step together. I'll show what the variation for this looks like for those seated first, but go ahead and keep on doing it standing up. But what we're going to do here, if you'd like a bit more of a challenge seated down, is we are going to lift the leg as we step to the side, lift as we meet that foot. Again, lift the leg, lift the leg. Imagine as though you're stepping over something right here in the middle. And of course, the rest of your body is nice and relaxed. Try not to hunch. Keep that posture nice and straight. As we do this, take deep breaths in and out. Inhaling and exhaling all the way through. Keep going if you are seated down. Of course, you don't have to lift those legs if you would like not to, but for the folks who are standing up, your variation is stepping and feet are wide apart as we do a mini squat. So what this looks like from the front, from the side, looks like I'm sitting down in a chair, and then I'm straightening up, and then feet together. So feet apart, mini squat, straighten out, feet together. So this is your variation if you are standing up. Of course, you can also do that same thing where you imagine as though you're stepping over something as well. But up to you. You're doing the mini squat, and this one it's not quite possible to do or mimic while you're sitting down because you're already sitting down. You can't imagine as though you're sitting down. So that's why we're adding this here for the folks who are standing up. Of course, no need to go so low, or you can go lower if you would like. It is up to you. Just try and challenge yourself as you do it. But the important part is let's keep on moving the amount of times that we do this. So let's do this for 5 more times here. So we're going to do 5. Try and get lower if you can. 4. Even lower if possible. 3. 2. Last one and 1. Oh, I just combined both there. I don't know if you noticed that. I lifted my leg as I came down. You didn't need to do that. I just forgot that I had to do one or the other. Okay, this time let's take a deep breath in and out, taking a break. Let's place our hands on our stomach. We're going to do some belly breathing here. So, place your hands on your stomach. We're going to inhale all the way in. Let it reach all the way down to our stomach here, as though it's inflating like a balloon, letting the air get all the way in like that. Inhale, and then exhale it all out. Again, go ahead and inhale all the way in, inflating that balloon. Exhale it all out, deflating that balloon. One more time, inhale all the way in, and exhale all the way out. So that belly breathing, it's a really good kind of breathing rather than keeping the breath up here with the chest where we inhale and exhale. That is actually the type of breathing that can cause a little bit more stress. So we want to relax here and take a little bit of a break. So we're getting it all the way down to our belly, inhaling and inflating that belly with all that air, and then exhaling it all out. That is something that we teach in our Matter of Balance class. It's a fall prevention class that has a small exercise component, and that's also a good mental exercise too, to be able to relax and de-stress while doing that. So if you're interested in that class, we have one coming up in February. I'll post a link to our newsletter that shows when that class is coming up. Okay, go ahead and get seated in our chair again here. Let me just adjust that screen. Went away from me for a second there. But I'm going to take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And this time, let's relax our legs for a second. We're going to come back to our arms and actually come back to our core here, our abdomen area. So what we're going to do is we are going to take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, and we are going to place our hands straight out in front of us. So if you look at it a little bit off to the side, I have my hands pretty parallel to the ground, and I'm gonna clasp them together. So go ahead and just clasp your hands together, interlock those fingers if you'd like. But what we're going to do is we are gonna start right in front of us, right at about chest level, and then I'm gonna put my hand to one pocket here. So this is what I look like facing the side. If I'm gonna face the front here, hand right in front of me at about chest level, and then I'm slightly turning to the side here, engaging this part of my abs. So we might think we don't have abs, but we do. They're there. They might be hiding, but they're there. But it's right here to the sides of our core that we are working on, our obliques. So again, hands together, and then we're gonna put it right by our pocket if we can. Again, stretch right in front of us and switch to the other side. Again, this is an all abilities exercise class. If it is too much to stretch all the way to the side like this, feel free to just stretch what you can. If you can do it just a little bit here to the side, that's okay. You don't have to get it all the way down here if that is a little bit too much of a strain. We want to protect our back here, protect our whole body really. So it almost looks like you are canoeing in a way. So always resetting in front, and then put it in your pocket to the side, in front, put to your pocket to the side. This is actually something that we can also do with a weight at hand. So you can hold on to a dumbbell, a mini dumbbell of some sort, or a big dumbbell, of course. Make sure that you are working with weights that you are used to. I know I usually have some 2-pound weights here, but I forgot to bring them with me here today, so I don't have that here in front of me. But that is something that you can do as well. Okay, let's do 2 more on each side here, starting at this next one. So here is 1, and last one, 2. Okay, your arms might be tired a little bit, so go ahead and relax that for just a second here. We're going to pick it back up again and take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Okay, this time let's go ahead and raise our arms at about chest level and then back down to the ground. This is also something that you can do with weights. Make sure that they are weights that you are comfortable working with. Also, if you're holding on to weights, or things like cans of soup, anything you have around the house, if you would like to substitute, go ahead and make sure that your elbows are not locked. So we're not straight as possible. We don't want our elbows locked. We want them nice and relaxed, but don't lock out those joints, especially when you're exercising and moving it around, because that makes it quite dangerous. Could be prone to injury if we do that. And we want to be in control of our body the whole entire time. When we lock it in place, we kind of lose that control, where we rely on our joints to just help us. So try not to do that. If you are ready to, again, at a comfortable range of motion, raise your hands a little bit higher up if you can, and then back down to the ground. Make sure you're not just letting gravity pull your arms downward. You're not just letting it drop. You want to control the movement the whole way through, especially if you're doing this with any weights at hand. You want to control the movement all the way through. And if you feel ready to, go ahead and point your fingers up to the ceiling and gently lower it back to the ground. Again, we'll do this 5 times here. So this is the second one, third, fourth, and last one here. We're going to do our 5th one. And gently lower that back to the ground. Not to the ground, but back to our sides. Take a deep breath in and out. And let's do that belly breathing again. Place the hands on the stomach. You're going to inhale through your nose. Let it reach all the way to your belly. And exhale it all out, starting from your belly, all the way out through your mouth. One more. Inhale all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Okay, drink some water if you need to. We are somewhat nearing the end in a couple more minutes here. So let's keep on working on our arms one more time before switching back to our legs. What we're going to do next is we are going to stretch our arms forward right at about chest level again here. And then we're going to bring it back as though we are rowing a boat. So earlier we were canoeing. Now we are rowing the boat with 2 paddles on the sides. And we are tracking our elbows back behind us. So what I mean is when I pull my elbows back behind me, I don't have my elbows sticking out like this, but I'm pulling them as close to the sides of my body as possible. So stretching forward and then coming back. Stretching forward and then coming back. So go ahead and engage those back muscles. I know mine are getting quite tired here. Let's do it for 5 more times. 5, 4. Really tighten up those muscles, especially when you pull back like this. 2. And last one, we're going to hold it in place for just a little bit. Engage those muscles, still clenching those muscles, tightening them up. And then slowly relax. And let's rest our arms. Oh, that was tight. Okay. Our arms are going to relax for quite a while here now. Let's come back to our legs now this time. And what we're going to do is we are going to extend one leg right in front of us, lower that leg, extend the other leg in front of us, and lower that leg. So one side and then the other. Try and keep a nice straight posture. The rest of your body is relaxed, but try to practice good posture. Don't be leaning like this. Don't be leaning like that if you can. Takes a bit of core action as well. If you are starting to feel tired or if it is too much to raise your leg, that's not a range of motion that you are familiar with, that you are able to do, that's okay. We're all starting at different points here, and the most important part is that we are continuing to push ourselves to the best of our abilities. So Again, what I offer is a guide, a skeleton, if you may, but it's not the exact mirror that you have to follow at all. I just want to be able to just keep on going, improving ourselves, and have fun with it. We gotta remember to have fun with it too. That's what makes exercising sustainable, at least in my head. If I'm having fun with this, then I can keep on doing it. Or if I just feel good about this, um, and it makes my body feel good, then that helps me keep on doing it. So that's how I get through some workouts. Okay, let's rest our legs. We did that for quite a while, so relax those legs. Take a deep breath in again. Take a deep breath out. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more time, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Relax. Okay. So, we're going to relax our legs a little bit. I didn't expect to do that for that long, but I think I spoke for too long there. So let's relax that for a second. And we are going to do a bit of balance exercises here. So I'm going to show what this looks like seated down first before I show what it looks like standing up. And so, seated down, I have my feet flat on the ground. So, feet flat on the ground. Posture is upright the whole entire time. There's no part of this where I'm leaning forward like this, where, have my back a little bit hunched. Try to really straighten out that posture. Keep those shoulders back, and keeping a good posture all the way through. Now this is a body awareness exercise. This is something that we teach with our Tai Chi Chuan, Moving for Better Balance class. We have one that just started this week, so if you are curious about that, go ahead and do that. But I'll show a little bit of a preview here. We are going to stay either seated or standing. I'll show what it looks like seated first. But posture is nice and upright, feet flat on the floor, and my center of gravity is right in the middle. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly shift that center of gravity to the side. I feel it more on my right leg, my right glute, my butt muscle there, and then I'm going to shift it back to center. Let's shift it to the other side. Feel it more in my left leg and my left glute, and then shift it back to center. So I'm shifting my weight right and then left. And we're not just kind of moving around like this and swaying around. We're really slowing it down, paying attention to where our body is. This is the body awareness type of movement that Tai Chi offers. We're moving back and forth. So when we do this, we're also not kind of leaning like this, where we're kind of being a pretzel in a way. We're not leaning like that. We're not standing, but we're staying upright and just simply shifting our weight to the right, center, and then to the left. If you are doing this standing up, I'll show what this looks like standing up now. Keep going if you're seated down, but legs slightly bent. Legs slightly bent, you want to keep those knees nice and soft. Feet flat on the floor. If you need a chair to hold on to in front of you, have that in front of you. I will show what it looks like without one in front of me. And you can have your hands on your hips or at your sides, whatever works best for you. But feel your weight on each foot, nice and equal here. And then you're going to slightly shift your weight more to the right foot, more of your weight on the right, to the center, and then the left foot, center. So the challenging thing about this is to try and keep both feet flat on the ground, and you feel the pressure change. I feel it more in my left foot, Feel my balance shift right and left. And these are small movements, but I know my ankles are working really hard to keep me upright. It's almost like you're testing how far can you go to the side without, toppling over or losing your balance like that. Small movements like this are good for fall prevention, and so we practice movements like this in our Tai Chi Chuan class. And if you are interested, go ahead and comment, send a message to us, whatever way you'd like to contact us. But I will share a newsletter link that shows details about it so that you can sign up for the class if you would like to. So keep on switching right and left here. Okay, when you feel ready to, we are going to raise our toes off of the ground. So this one's a little bit hard to see. I'm going to try and come just a little bit closer and away from the light, just so you can see it a little bit clearer. But I'm shifting to the right side. Most of my weight is on this leg right here, and then I'm lifting the toes on the left. So if you look at my left foot, what I'm doing, shifting my weight to the right, and then lifting my left foot. I'm going to turn it a little bit to the side here so you can see, but you can have your toes pointing to the front if you would like. Okay, other side now, shifting to the left. Watch this foot right here, lifting the toes. So, again, shift to the right, lift the toes up. I'm going to keep on turning it to the side just so you can see, but you don't necessarily need to turn this to the side. You can have your toes pointing right in front. I just know it's kind of hard to see the depth of how I'm lifting those toes up. So this is something that we do to train our body to always remember to lift our toes up. So, instead of shuffling on the floor, which we may find ourselves doing as we grow older, we try not to do that. We want to make sure that we are lifting those toes up so that they don't suddenly trip over a rug or trip over any small things that we might not see in our way. So I want to make sure we are shifting our movement here, taking deep breaths in and out, inhaling and exhaling all the way through. Now if you're standing up, I'm standing up right now. If you're sitting down, same thing, still shifting right and left. If you feel ready to, you can also lift your whole entire foot up. And this one's definitely a balancing act because all of your weight is on one part of your body, especially the slower that you go. This one takes a lot of concentration, a lot of focus on your balance here. And if this is too much for you, if it is too much to simply lift your leg, or you can't lift it that high, the point's not to lift it high up. The point is to maintain your balance the whole entire time. And so, it'll naturally lift higher up as you get more comfortable, more confident with your movement. And we build up to that. We build up to that when we do the class. So this is not a Tai Chi Chuan class. I'm just showing a mini preview of what it could look like. But keep doing this and tune into our newsletter to find out more. Okay, go ahead and relax. We're going to end with some deep breathing here. So I'm going to go sit back in our chair. Take deep breaths in and out. We're inhaling all the way in through our belly. Not through our belly, but through our nose, all the way down to our belly. Inhale. And exhale it all out to your mouth. Again, inhale all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Inhale all the way in. Exhale all the way out. Let's stretch out those arms one more time here. We cool down with our lower body with the balancing. Let's cool down with our arms here this time. Let's wrap ourselves in a big hug. Take a deep breath in and inhale. Squeeze and exhale it all out. Release, relax those arms. Let's do that again. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale it all out. Your bottom arm is now going to be your top arm. So all I did was switch to the top. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale it all out. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale it all out. Okay. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Carmel. I work with Eastside Neighborhood Services with the Vital Living Program. I have been talking about a newsletter the whole time through, so I'm going to show it right here. Oh, I don't know if it's showing, but if in case it is showing, I hope you can see that. If you are interested in any of our classes, our Fall Prevention Matter of Balance class or our Tai Chi Chuan, also based on fall prevention, feel free to click on the link to our newsletter. I'll also post it in the comments, but I hope you're all doing well, taking care, and have a great day. Bye-bye.